Hey everybody, welcome to GeekStorm. I'm Sean Hilton. Today I'm joined by my good friend, Lauren, who you notice is not Mike, because Mike, he pulled a squat move at the last minute and left us all hanging, because it's all about Mike. Mike's world. But that's okay, because today we've got plenty of information to cover, and we're very excited about it. So let's talk about some things. So how you been this week? Anything fun and exciting going on?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just depressing and lame.
Yep.
So we had a little rain in our local area, and unfortunately, you had some backup and some water.
Yeah,
and
my basement flooded. My finished basement flooded.
It's not cool, man.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not
But
cool.
we're working on it. We got.
Plus, that's my game room.
Yeah.
My bedroom flooded, according to your kids.
Yes.
Because Uncle Sean lives in the back room.
Yes.
So they're like, where's Uncle Sean gonna live?
But, we got dehumidifiers. We got
Is it still
fans going. Yeah. The guys are
Yeah.
coming back today to test insulation and things
Oh, okay.
to see
if there's mold or how is that
to make sure it's dry and if we need to replace anything or not.
Okay. Well, good luck.
We'll find out today.
Did we lose any of our geeky stuff?
We lost one copy of Deception, Undercover Allies, the Kickstarter
bad.
edition. And Nick lost some Badger comics. Yeah.
Now there
Yeah.
is a travesty.
It was.
That is a
It
shared
was really sad.
passion that I can't believe that I met. Not only is Nick like my best friend, I love Nick, but on top of that, Badger is one of my all-time favorite comics, and to find
His
somebody
too.
else that shares this belief, because he's such a lame, stupid character, and yet I love that character. So to find somebody else that was so interested and excited about
He
it.
likes that, and he likes Beta Ray Bill, which is also just
Beta Ray?
Yeah,
Beta Ray's never been my favorite. 'Cause he's not a big Thor fan, but he looks cool.
Yeah.
I like the whole skeletal horse thing, and his version of Molnar, I forget, is Stormbreaker or something. Looks really cool. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Have we, as the weather begins to slowly change, and we're getting to finally the weather that Sean loves.
Oh yeah.
Man, it's awesome out there. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's like my porch was like 60 degrees this morning when I took Chris to work. I'm like, oh. So since Origins, my wife did a huge Doctor Who makeover on my back porch.
Yes, I love it. It's.
I haven't spent more than maybe 3 or 4 hours out there since Origins, which was probably June?
Yeah, it's mid-June.
Mid-June. So it's just been so frickin' hot in Indiana. And I mean, there's been like no break. It's just been a solid thing.
Yes, muggy,
know.
hot.
Yeah,
Can swim and walk outside your door.
Chris has been taking like naps almost every day. Several times I've taken a nap in the middle of the day, and I'm like, "Oh, are you feeling well?" I think, you know what? It finally just hit me. It's like just siesta. It's like I'm just so hot that it's a way to cool down.
Oh
and
yeah.
Get So yeah, I'm loving the weather, and with that weather comes fall movies, comes fall television,
Absolutely.
comes some video game releases for the holidays, comes your toys for the holiday releases. So our fourth quarter is getting ready to hook up. First up, we get into new releases for television. Have you
Yes.
seen anything yet?
Well, I have recorded everything, but
Okay.
because the DVR is in my basement, I have not been able to. I was looking forward to watching the Murphy Brown reprisal. I have that. That's probably one of the first things I'll watch.
So
I watched the...
last night came out. I think I hit the tape, but I don't know if it actually taped yet or not.
Oh, okay.
Or my DVR
Yeah.
record thing. I've known it's coming for a while, but honestly, I haven't followed it. I did watch old Murphy Brown.
Oh, I did too.
But I watched it at a point where, for me, television back in that time period wasn't like must-see TV. It wasn't like I recorded it. When I
Yes.
was in front of a television on that night and it was on, I would watch it and I found it funny. But at no point in time have I ever followed it from beginning
I have to watch next week
end.
Murphy Brown.
Well, it's funny because I was talking to Chris because they showed it, and obviously they had to add a few new people, and a couple of new people. Like, oh, it was funny. There was as we're watching the people, I'm going, oh, as I noticed, recognize, oh, I'm like, I recognize a ton of people.
Yeah.
Have you seen Atypical on Netflix yet?
I have not, but it's on my list.
It is worth watching. I like it a lot. But one of the characters from that was one of my, that's that guy from that show. He's like a background dude, and he's very funny in that. So I'm expecting to see him in this. And then I'm like, was Murphy Brown? As I'm talking to my wife, is Murphy Brown the one that had the painter? And she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, there's a comedy where the main character had a painter that lived with her or something, and every time she'd come home, there was just this painter there. So I had to look it up. It was Murphy Brown. His name was Eldwin or something. So I'm like, oh, I didn't see him in the stuff, or anybody that looked like him, because obviously they're older. So I looked
Yeah.
up, the actor died in 2004, but it was like a running joke throughout all of Murphy Brown that whatever the contract was he had, he was always there. He was never not in her house painting stuff. So I don't know. I'm curious as to whether that gag will continue, or with the actor dying, they'll let the gag die, or if perhaps they'll reinvent it in some way.
Yeah.
So it was kind of her sounding board. So either way, I'm looking forward to it. A lot of returning characters. Have you seen it?
I haven't watched it yet.
No.
Because
I don't know. As I said, I just saw previews and stuff.
I did notice in the previews and the little. I've been watching Big Brother, so
Okay.
I get a commercial for Murphy Brown every time I watch Big Brother, and them stepping out of the color block television in their same outfits. I'm like, oh hey, that I recognize that guy, and I recognized all of the actors pretty much from the previous show, or the previous airing of the show.
Cool.
So
Well, looking forward to that. Well, see, today we are filming at Kokomo Toys and Collectibles.
Yes.
In the heart of downtown Kokomo.
Yes.
And we film right up towards the front door. We have some lights, we have our table, but there's a guy literally at the front door behind the producer right now who's incredibly confused, even though the hours are huge. They are posted on the door. They're open from noon to 5, Tuesday through Saturday. And even though it's posted, he is bound and determined. They're not going to open for like another 90 minutes, man. So, and the thing is you can't open that door to tell them that, because as soon as you open the door, they'd try to get in. And it's just crazy. That's how people line up to get into the store. So, I did catch the first episode of Magnum P.I.
Oh, and how was Magnum P.I.?
I am sure that Magnum P.I. for everyone else in the world was absolutely fine. It was probably pretty good. For a super hardcore, crazy kind of fan like I am, to the mustache, it was interesting.
You know what's funny? I couldn't even tell you if he has a mustache or not.
He does not.
He does, okay.
He has...
It's like, I've seen the previews a gajillion times, and I couldn't tell you if the guy playing Magnum P.I.
The guy playing Magnum has this strange, like, the 3 to 4 day scruff, but in a mustache goatee formation, not the typical Don Johnson, Miami Vice thing. So it's just like, he's shaving everywhere but, like, the goatee cut out, and that was a little odd. He was fine. The cast and crew were fine. I thought the acting all across the board was like a C+, B-, and just the flat out acting. I don't know whether it's just going to take some time for these people to find their way.
Yeah.
There's a couple. The Higgins female character actually I thought was at the top, but she's the one that I was gauging against other people the least.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't comparing her to the old Higgins.
Yeah.
So she kind of got a pass. So I don't know if whether A, I really thought her acting was that much better, or B, she just got a pass because there was no real connection. Apollo and Zeus are back. That's the two dogs. Love them.
Okay.
In the originals, and it seems like they're going to continue it on, Magnum talks to the audience in a voiceover throughout the episode, where it's basically him, almost like an out loud diary.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, it was like
Recounting
Lauren
the events.
and Sean are doing a thing, and it's like, Sean, today I had to deal with Lauren, and her incredible X-Files drama that Gillian Anderson has come out as saying she hates David Duchovny, and there's this whole monologue, there's constantly inner dialogue monologue. So that was interesting. Spoiler, they bring out the cars, like the whole car thing is kind of a big deal with Magnum.
Like Ferrari, yeah.
I believe, now it's funny because as big a fan as I am, I'm also not a car guy.
Yeah.
So I knew that he always drove this cool red Ferrari. They start off the thing with him destroying a Ferrari, it looks like. Then he goes and he gets an older Ferrari that I haven't done the research. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same classic model as the original from the 80s Ferrari that he had. And they make sure that they blow that thing to hell and send it over a cliff.
Aww.
So at the very end, you see Higgins getting into what looks to be like a black Ferrari or maybe a muscle car. As I said, I'm not a car guy. So, but he's in the classic red for a little while, and then at the end, it seemed pretty significant that they blew it to hell. Robin Masters is back.
Okay.
He's the head, and this time, I didn't like at all. In the original, Robin Masters is a mystery.
Okay.
You don't know what he is or what he is. You know he's a writer. Well, in this, he's a writer, and they come out and say TC, Rick, and Magnum, and even the other guy who's in the episode for one episode, they all say he was embedded with them overseas in some of their special ops stuff. And so they've met him then. You know, there wasn't even like a hint of he was a bit of a mystery. They met him, they know who he is. He's a writer. Basically, he's Clive Cussler. Is how it came across. And Magnum is his Dirk Pitt. Or Fargo or whoever. And
Sam Fargo.
TC and Rick are the background guys that make everything happen. So I enjoyed the episode. As a Magnum fan, I'm going to give it a couple episodes to see if it goes somewhere. I was a little bummed because I believe if all the previews lined up, Blue Bloods is on the same channel. So Tom Selleck is in the thing. And you couldn't give me something with the original Tom Selleck. My hope, my dream would be at this point, seeing he's not Higgins, is that he's Robin Masters.
Yeah.
And then eventually when they reveal him, it'll be Tom Selleck. And that would
that'd be a good
hopefully
idea.
make it all, come back together and be good. But, so yeah, overall, enjoyable.
Did you check out the new Dick Wolf show, FBI?
No, is he the
Law and Order guy.
Law and Order guy?
Yeah.
Before we go into that, and maybe because I think I saw this graphic, has Law and Order Special Victims Unit, has that been on for 20 seasons?
Probably.
Okay.
I feel like it's been on forever.
It was like
as long as I can
something
remember.
popped up and said like SVU 20, and I'm like, now I've never seen an entire episode of anything Law and Order.
Well,
I know
Law and
the
Order's
music.
been around for what?
Ever?
Like
I don't
late
know,
80s?
but 20 years? I'm like, holy cow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah,
So I'm sorry, but new FBI show.
No, yeah. I'm excited to watch that too.
Okay.
I like the Law and Orders and the NCISs and the CSIs and all those types of shows. So
I
I'm
enjoy
excited
those.
to check
I
it
just
out.
get to the point where some of them have gone on so long that I don't know how we're going to murder the next guy. Kind of, it all adds up to a lot because there's been so many CSI and NCIS that they all kind of meld together with me. And now, especially with NCIS being in like season 15 or 16 or something like that.
Most of the original cast is gone.
I was going to say, you've lost 2 female leads have left that show.
Well, Abby left too.
Abby left last
Ziva,
season.
You first lost the original Kate,
Yes.
and then you lost Ziva, and now you lost Abby.
And the DiNozzo
Yeah.
was like the lead guy. But then they brought in they brought in Fez from the 70s show.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped watching like 6 years ago.
So I guess he replaced DiNozzo.
Oh, okay.
And he is, he's great. Not in NCIS, I haven't seen it, so for all I know, he's horrible in that.
Yeah, I do like
But
him.
everything else I see him in, I love. By the way, and this is so dumb, because I didn't watch the 70s show until it was on Netflix, like years after it came off, and I binge watched it and loved it. I just love that show. Do you know what Fez actually, it's not his name, it's not even like a short extension of his name. Did you know what it was? I didn't know until the other day somebody told me. It means foreign exchange student. They just took foreign exchange student and
Made it Fez,
his name is Fez. Now maybe they mentioned it in an episode, it was so quick and I didn't catch it, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's pretty crazy. So, yeah, man, lots of new.
Yeah,
lots
Will
of
and
new-
Grace.
That's back. Murphy Brown, Will and Grace. Last Man Standing with lots of jokes about it being canceled and coming back.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So that's going on. And then the biggest one I've seen is, of course, the Roseanne spinoff, The Connors, which isn't really a spinoff. It's really just
It's
looks
Roseanne
like
minus Roseanne.
season 2 without her in it. Roseanne, I guess, has been told how the first episode, she's either seen it or knows how it plays out, and she was furious. She let her.
I heard they were killing her off.
I don't
know.
Towards the end of the season, and I loved that season. I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah.
You find out that she is addicted to pills.
Oh, so she's going OD?
Yeah, and so it's been a pretty serious thing.
Yeah.
And she's been like taking stuff from Dan, because Dan's on pills too. They're both on pills, but she's been like storing them and she's been doing the whole real world addicted to pills thing, and they played that up because that's the one thing that's always been good about the show is, yes, it's comedy, but they take a lot of serious real world issues and interject them. So at the end of the season, Dan's like, "You're going to get clean," and he cuts her off and all that. It seems to be going well. So and I haven't seen it obviously because we don't get to see the stuff early, but obviously a lot of us are just assuming that something goes wrong with the pills, and that would also be a reason why Roseanne Barr would be infuriated that they killed her character off through this drug use. But now they have cast Johnny Galecki's coming back for an episode again. So he was in one episode from last season as Darlene's ex-husband and the dad to her 2 kids. He mentions a new girlfriend named Blue, and there's a joke about crayons. Well, she is going to be played by his sister from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. What is her name? See, Mike's here. He know that, but she's in all kinds of stuff. You would know her as soon as you saw her. She's well known. So she's going to be in an episode. They're teasing some stuff, so it should be coming back pretty soon, and looks pretty good. They're bringing in some more characters, so it'll be interesting to see the dynamic without Roseanne. And people are like, "Oh, it's going to fail. It's going to be this. It's going to be that." And I'm just like, you know what? I find everybody around the show to be funny.
No, yeah.
I don't find
John Goodman's fantastic. So.
John Goodman is an amazing actor, so I would watch him in just about anything. Juliette Lewis is going to be in it, so. So I thought that was kind of funny. I thought that was a well put together kind of thing. We're in the last season of Big Bang Theory, which I only watch on DVD, so I probably won't watch this last season until next year at about this time, would be my guess. Being it's the last season, who knows, because I don't think it started yet. I just finished the last season on Blu-ray, so maybe I'll try to watch it, but honestly, I don't enjoy that show in the 22-minute segments each week. That's a binge watching show. Yeah. To feel like I got enough, I have to watch at least 2 or 3.
I haven't watched it in the last 2 seasons. I just kind of started thinking it wasn't that funny.
It's okay. You know what? Because you're right.
I just was like, well, that's the point.
You guys got me watching it because I didn't want to watch it, and I was over at your house and it was on all the time, and I finally was like, all right. So I think I borrowed the first seasons from you guys, and eventually started getting them. I don't know, around seasons 5 or 6, somewhere in that, and we've kept up on it. But I will say last season, for me, this was season 11. Season 10, about the time you quit, it got long in the tooth.
Yeah.
Everybody's at a good point in their lives for the most part. The jokes have been done. And with this being the final season, I'm like, yeah. Unlike seasons 1 through 6 where I couldn't get enough, and I was like, yeah, it's so funny, ha, ha, ha. This last 2 DVDs we've watched, and I'm laughing out loud during every episode, but it's like not that big a deal anymore.
Well, and the only thing that's actually kind of wanted me to get back into watching them was Carolyn, my mother-in-law, watches Young Sheldon.
Okay.
And so every once in a while, I'll be in the living room with her while she's watching Young Sheldon, and he does this voiceover at the end where it'll talk about it'll talk about his life.
Okay.
And this one episode, it was like a couple weeks ago, he was like, I continued to do that, or my Meemaw continued to do that with me, and I continued to do that with my children when I got married. And I was like, haven't watched the show in 2 years, so I'm like, he gets married and has kids, what?
The season finale of this one I just finished was the wedding. So the end of last season.
I'm assuming it's Amy.
Yeah. In the last season, he goes and proposes to her. This whole season is the wedding build-up. Bernadette has a second kid. And then the last episode is him and Mary Farrah Fowler getting married. Kathy Bates is her mom.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that was well done. Teller from Penn and Teller is her dad. And they keep doing a joke where he'll try to talk and he gets cut off by Kathy Bates up until the very end where he finally gets to say a couple of words, and that was funny. And then,
well, at least it wasn't a spoiler then on Young Sheldon, because I was like, oh, hey, spoiler.
But they haven't had kids.
Yeah.
And the new season hasn't started. But he did come out and say there was a joke about how many kids. And Amy's like, oh, yeah, I want to have kids. We want to have 1 or 2 kids. And Sheldon's at 15. And she's like, what? So that was pretty funny. And then the big ending reveal for it was Will Wheaton was supposed to be the guy doing the ceremony. And it turns out that by accident, they end up getting Mark Hamill. And so Will Wheaton is there. They got the actor there, and he gets brushed aside at the very last minute for the upgrade package. So that was pretty well done.
Yeah.
And Will, there's a great line where Will's like, talking to Hamill. I'll see, we finally meet, and he starts going on, and Mark Hamill finally looks at him and goes, "Who are you?" And that was just the best, and that was well done. So, trailer-wise, we're in fall. We got plenty of trailers. We've actually watched some. So, throw out a trailer. Let's dissect it a little bit. Let's get into it. Talk about it. Which one you want to go with first?
Dark Phoenix.
Okay.
Get that one out of the way.
I've seen it, so tell me all about it.
Well, it is quite underwhelming.
Underwhelming.
Oh yeah. Let's
No.
full disclosure. I have not been excited for this movie since they said that it was going to happen.
Here, I'm sorry, because I know for a fact that the Dark Phoenix is like your absolute comic favorite. That is what your Jean Grey Dark Phoenix is the way to go. I walk in your house. There's
a little Dark Phoenix
toys and action figures. Whenever we talked about X-Men and stuff.
Yes.
So to hear you be underwhelmed about a Dark Phoenix thing for the second time.
Well, see, here's the thing. I've been burned by Dark Phoenix storylines before for the last, when did that movie come out? 2004. So,
and it was Funky Jansen.
I know. I was so excited. I was like, her being Jean Grey and the Phoenix.
Great.
So excited. And then that happened. And
Just dumpster fire.
yes. Maybe this one will be good. I don't know. There's like a scene where they're all standing at a funeral. It talks about Charles Xavier knew all along that she had this Phoenix Force in her, which is not the case, but whatever. And that he's been lying to her and lying to the rest of the X-Men about what she was fully capable of.
Okay.
So then Jean Grey just gets real mad about it and then decides to blow up some cop cars, go against her X-Men comrades, and
it's to me, this is why Sony just never has a freaking clue. We can talk all about the Marvel Universe and their 10 years of build-up.
yes.
But when it comes to the X-Men and the Phoenix story, and the same thing goes with Venom and the symbiote, these are things that have to be teased and they have to be hinted at. You've got to start off an X-Men 1 movie with Jean Grey being normal, and then at the end maybe having something happen, or in the second movie having something happen. You can't just do the Jean Grey thing in 3, make it one movie.
Yeah.
It has to be slowly emerging.
And they even tried to
TV
tease
series.
it in Apocalypse, and they didn't even really do a good tease there. I was like, oh yeah, she's the Phoenix.
This needs to be built up over a series of movies so that when it finally happens, we give a damn.
Yeah.
Even when Famke Janssen did it, and she kills Cyclops off screen in one of the most worst ways ever.
Yeah.
And then in this, even what you're telling me, she just gets really mad that Xavier lied to her and blows up cop cars.
Now,
and
to be fair,
I'm
that's
like,
what the trailer made it look like.
Sure,
It might not be that way, but you're just like, okay.
It's just like you never seem to bother to play the long game.
Well, and they had her as they did show a teaser clip of her as a young girl in what looks to be like her parents' car. They're driving, and she's upset about something, so she clicks her heels together and makes the car just slam into another car, head-on collision. And she's just sitting in the back, floating as glasses flying everywhere. So
Maybe we should just, maybe it's not Xavier's fault. Maybe she has anger issues.
yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe there's a thing going on. I don't know.
If she's not destroying a planet in this movie.
Sure. What actors did we see? What characters did we see returning?
Storm, Cyclops. We saw Michael Fassbender as Magneto.
So Fassbender's returning because Cyclops is some new kid from last movie.
Yes.
And Storm was new kid from.
Yes.
None of these are classic characters that we've known.
Beast was there. He was still human.
Okay.
Who else? Mystique.
Really? Oh.
Yep. She was there, both
The
blue
last
and
movie,
human.
She
She seems to have a really big part in it too.
course she
every
does.
single scene was her talking to Charles Xavier. Why didn't you tell her? We need to do something about it.
Making her such an integral part of these movies because you had a big name actress in this really non-integral role has been really bad for this whole series, I believe. So, and I like her a lot, but she played best as Magneto's kind of flunky. Not saying she couldn't do. When they did the scene where she did the whole soldier thing, I thought that part was pretty cool. But then that last movie, it just seemed like the actress was just phoning that in. She did not want to be there. I didn't believe so.
It looks like they are going to be adding some characters. There was a really quick shot of all of them in their yellow X-Men uniform, but they were all wearing like X-Men, and it was really dark, so you couldn't really tell.
Gotcha. Was
who
Deadpool
all
somewhere
was
in
there.
the middle?
Maybe with his little trainee. Yeah. Hopefully, one could hope that would probably make that movie 10 times better.
So, and does that give us any hope for the New Mutants thing that was supposed to be out like a year ago?
Not really.
Wow.
I've given up on them. Just
You know, this is odd because we're September 28th right now.
yeah.
October 5th is when that Venom movie is supposed to be out. I had no clue it was that soon.
No, me either.
I thought it was end of October, November.
I mean, it looks terrible.
So it's October 5th. This movie's done.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a lot of time, unless it's going to be one of those deals where they're sending out a digital copy at the very end of theaters. I mean, this thing's got to be finished. And, man, PG-13. What I love about the fans is they're so optimistic. They're not as cynical and jaded as I am. They're like, this is going to be good.
It's Venom, man. We've been waiting to see Venom. Maybe we'll get Carnage, too.
Oh, boy. And I'm just
PG-13 Carnage.
Cynical, jaded Sean's like, you're about to get 90 minutes worth of action figure toy commercial.
Yeah.
Is what I think.
Which is terrible because I love Tom Hardy.
He's a great actor.
He is a great actor.
Man, he ends up in some real crap. You know, he is that working actor. It's like his agent's like, do you want yes? How about yes? And then yes. Grimace and the McDonald's biopic. Yes.
The Hamburglar.
It's like you can't say no. It's like I can make, and it's like, and I almost wonder if it's his ego. It almost makes me, I can make that role good.
Yeah.
If I do it, it'll be good. And I'm like, Tom, Mr. Hardy, sir, no. No, you save yourself, man. Absence makes...
Make another Mad Max, come on.
Yeah, give me that. And actually be in it this time. Because the last one really was... Furiosa, I think, kind of stole that movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, as much as I like her, I hope she's not in, or at least not a major part of the next movie.
Yeah.
Because if it's just... Start making Furiosa movies at that point, then.
Yeah.
And Mad Max is a whole different thing. But... yeah, good stuff. So my favorite new preview is definitely Creed.
Oh, yeah.
But at this point, Michael B. Jordan can do
He could
just
sit
anything.
and read a book on the screen for 90 minutes and I would watch it.
Yeah,
Him and Idris Elba.
I would
Doesn't
check
matter
that
what they're
out.
in. I watched
Oh,
that
man.
really terrible mountain Kate Winslet movie with Idris Elba.
I
just
watched
because
that.
it was
I didn't
good.
think it was that bad.
Eh.
It wasn't good. I'm glad I didn't see it at the theater. I'm glad I rented it for
Oh,
like
yeah.
$2 or $3.99 on my video on-demand thing. But I did get it because I still haven't seen Dark Tower. I would love to see those two in a buddy film of a mentor apprenticee or a Lethal Weapon with him as Idris Elba as I'm too old for this crap and Michael B. Jordan in the Mel Gibson role.
Yeah.
That would be great. Yeah, that's just great stuff.
I think, this is me being optimistic, I'm going to be real sad if he loses to Drago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a feeling that that's the way it's going to go, but I feel like he should win this one.
Yeah, I don't know. Because you got Rocky, he won the first movie.
Avenging his father. Like,
And in the Rockies, Rocky loses the first one, goes on the sequel to win.
yeah.
And then Rocky 3, Drago doesn't show up till Rocky 4. So in this one, Creed won the big match to get it going. So having him lose wouldn't necessarily surprise me. It would have me surprised with the current level of audience. I think back in the day when Rocky came out and he lost that first movie, I think that was an audience that was like, oh, holy cow. They were surprised by it. And today I almost think the fanboy revolt type stuff that we have going on, I just don't know that they're willing to accept defeat in their hero like that. It was great to see everybody return, though. So that was cool. Love Sylvester Stallone in this role.
Oh, yeah.
He's been great. Even before this, when they did like the Rocky 5 or 6, where it was really just him in the aftermath, like he's running his restaurant. Stallone in this is the role he created. He's great in it. Nobody does it better. But this update with the Creed stuff has been so well done.
Oh, yeah.
And I've enjoyed the heck out of it. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. The fight scenes look amazing. They further developed a character with him having a family now, and so time is passing, and Rocky, like, giving him this advice that he's telling him. It's like, listen, you don't fight this guy, not because the purse, not because of the fight. He goes, I fought his father, and there's some line in there about he broke things that have never been fixed, and I'm like, that's moving to me. And there's also a line about this guy doesn't fight for love,
Yeah.
He fights from a place of hatred. That's how he grew up. That's what he's about. He goes, this guy he wants to kill you. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, but man, I'm pretty stoked. I'm much more stoked about that than I am, say, Venom. So me and Mike talked a minute or two, I think, about Mary Poppins last week, but you had a chance to check it out. What did you think?
Yeah, I did. I loved it. I'm a huge fan of Mary Poppins, so I'm excited to see this new iteration. I think Emily Blunt looks fantastic. I love Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Is she a Time Lord?
Yes.
Is the umbrella a sonic screwdriver
Yes.
hidden in it? So I got a feeling Mary Poppins is the first student that dropped out of about her 4th year at Hogwarts and found out later, like, a Time Lord showed up.
And then she went to Gallifrey.
Mary, you're a Time Lord. That's why you don't do magic well. And then went off to Gallifrey to finish her Time Lord training.
There you go.
So, it's like...
That's why she comes in off of a storm.
Exactly.
In the sky.
I think it looks really, really fun.
Oh, yeah. It's
I'm
like that
always a
perfect
little
Christmas
nervous
movie.
I haven't seen any of these remake kind of things that they've done. I haven't seen the live action Beauty and the Beast or any of that stuff yet. I'm a little nervous when you remake something, or this isn't a remake.
No, it's not. It's a continuation.
Continuation of something from 40, 50 years ago or whatever it was. I love seeing Dick Van Dyke. That excited me.
And it is crazy at how much he now looks like the old banker he did makeup 50 years ago.
It's like, man, I think we can redo this.
They were pretty spot on with that makeup back then.
Oh man, yeah. So really excited about seeing that. That should be pretty sly. Did you see the Transformers trailer?
I did not.
So it's Transformers, but it's Bumblebee, and it looks to be the same kind of Michael Bay-ish kind of thing, but John Cena looks like he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because John Cena is always the overtop good guy.
Yeah.
Now maybe he's the good guy, but he definitely seems to be the general that's got to, or the soldier that's got to go get Bumblebee and all this other stuff. But Bumblebee is like the one Transformer that I actually kind of like.
He's a fan favorite.
Is he? I didn't grow up with the Transformers. That was like the end of my childhood, so it was there, it was available.
Yeah.
But I was on that cusp of, toys are for kids, but they're still kind of cool.
Yeah.
But that was the one. Transformers, to this day, I say, is what ended my childhood, because I couldn't transform it. And I was like, if you can't transform it, then it's all over for you, man. So I never got into that. I've seen all the movies except for the last one. But he's just, because I think maybe it's because he doesn't talk.
Yeah.
He seems fun. They introduced some new characters. A young female character seems to be his person.
Oh, okay.
And it looks cute. It looks like a lot of comedy with a ton of action.
Oh, and I'll probably like that.
So I think so. I think it'll be, that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The last one I was told was pretty much a giant mess, and
yeah,
so,
I don't know. It's Transformers and Anthony Hopkins and
the Knights of
some
the
other
Round
stuff.
Table or something.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is that all about?
I didn't watch it either.
All right, everybody. Well, that's GeekStorm.
I have one thing for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Back it up.
Who's going to make more money?
Oh, more money. Oh, let's
Wonder
talk.
Woman 84.
Ooh.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
That's what I think too.
and not because Gal Gadot's not amazing.
Oh,
and not
yeah.
because
I think Wonder Woman 84 is going to be fantastic.
It's going to make a lot of money. It'll probably be the top moneymaker of DC movies all time up until now. But Captain Marvel is going in off of something that she didn't get. Gal Gadot's last big movie that anybody's going to remember is Justice League. Crickets and snores. Captain Marvel's movie is going in after one thing. And that's all people are going to care about. They're going to be like, what? Even
happened?
though this is in the past, before that happened, you get a young Samuel Jackson. You're getting Coulson back in the Marvel Universe. We haven't seen that in forever. So I think the level of excitement, even with some fanboy hate about the character, I just think that the Marvel Universe is an unstoppable juggernaut right now. And unlike Star Wars, which faltered with Solo because of how things went, that's going to be your next taste of the Marvel Universe in quite some time.
Yes.
And it's going to take, I believe, the Black Panther position. So that's their early spring, almost end of, the breakup.
Right before.
Yeah, is it
Avengers
March?
2.
I think it's March.
I think it's in February, actually.
Wow. So, yeah, I think it'll beat it. In fact, I'd bet money. I'd put up cash on that. So, yeah. All right, everybody. That was GeekStorm. We were filmed today at Kokomo Toys and Collectibles at 111 East Sycamore in the heart of downtown Kokomo. I am Sean Hilton, owner of Comics Cubed, founder of the Kokomo Con, which will be taking place on Saturday, October 13th. And today I was joined by my good friend, Lauren Vaughta /Gray. That's Lauren Gray.
Lauren Gray.
All right. Be groovy, everybody.